get the opportunity to express my thanks. So I would first like to thank God for calling me home to the promised land. I recognize that this would not have happened, this calling, without a lot of very important people, primarily starting with the group of people who served so diligently on the Associate Pastor Nominating Committee, chaired by Gordon Mondurant, who led Boy Scots, and Robert Hogg, and Martha Jane Hudnall, and Daniel Jordan, and Kitty McGeady, who worked so well together and were the first people that I met on behalf of all of you. They represented you well. I want to thank Dr. Massey, Reverend Rogers, and Dr. Wilson, the pastoral staff with whom I work now, for welcoming me as a colleague in ministry. And I want to say what an honor it is to be in the company of such talented and warm-hearted and gifted pastors. I'd also like to thank Art Gatewood for his assistance in many matters, especially for his carefully prepared files that have answered questions for me before I knew that I had them. I'm most grateful for the staff of First Scots, for each and every last one of them, who has weathered my ignorance and oversights with grace and kindness, who have made every effort to make me feel at home. I wish to express my thanks to all of you, each member of this congregation who have welcomed me so thoroughly, for your faithful discipleship, for your joy in ministry that I feel every time that I enter this place. It is a joy and an honor to serve with you in ministry. I thank you for calling me to be here. I thank those of you who have been involved in preparing a reception. I thank you in advance for what I know is going to be a good time. I want to thank the members of this commission. You honor me by serving in this capacity today. I want to especially thank Gary Bullard for preaching today and for reminding us that God indeed is love and loves us. And I carry that with me now in this call. Gary, you and I are in the high cotton today, aren't we? From across the river. I want to thank Mount Pleasant Presbyterian Church for lending you to us this morning. I also want to thank Mount Pleasant Presbyterian for being the birthplace of my faith, and for all of the men and women who were preachers and teachers who nurtured me along the way. I am grateful. On a very personal note, I want to thank my family. I'd like to thank my husband, David, for his steadfast support always and willingness to just pick up that computer and plug it in wherever it is that we are headed to next. I'd like to thank my children for enduring all kinds of inconveniences, especially including frequently being the last young people stuck hanging around at church. I'm so thankful to my mother, Betty Frampton, who has been an extraordinary help as we have gotten settled in here in Charleston. People keep asking us, so how are you settling in? I say, we're settling in great because my mom's here helping us out. And she's here to celebrate with us today. I give thanks for other family members who are here today and those who wish they could be here. I'm thankful for my dear old dad, who is not here, Charles Hay Frampton, who this day I am certain is leading the angels in a Scottish jig. I would like to thank some dear friends, Archie and John Satterwhite, who are here. They happen to be members of the first congregation that I served in Columbia, Tennessee. They made the 10-hour drive yesterday to be here to celebrate. Archie and John have been not just friends, but mentors in discipleship for me. They are encouragers in the faith, and their presence here today is something that I mentioned because for me it connects the threads of the Holy Spirit's tapestry being woven throughout my life from one calling to another. I hope you will have the chance to meet them. Archie's wearing a bright pink sweater. She's right back there, probably humiliated that I'm coming out right now. I'm glad that they are here. All of this to say, praise be to God for all that God is able to do in and through through us. I'm so thankful for God and God's calling in my life, and that I can be here among you and be in ministry with you. Praise be to God. Today is a day of blessing. I feel richly blessed. We are blessed by God's outrageous generosity. As we continue our worship, let us give to God our gifts and our talents.